Loosen up, loosen up. Loosen it up. All right. What's going on, everyone? Andre here, and today we're going over the pros and cons of an HOA. Now, you guys are thinking about moving here, you're thinking about buying a house in a neighborhood and they've got an HOA. What are the pros? What are the cons? Today, we're hopping right into that. But first, shout out to my people at Vine. It is raining, it is very nasty out today, and they have decided and allowed me to use their place to film. So shout out to my people at Vine. Guys, without further ado, let's hop right into it. Welcome back, everyone. Andre here, and let's hop right into this. I don't want to bore you guys with pros and cons. I want this to be short, sweet, but also very informative, all right? So I'm going to give you guys 5 pros, 5 cons. Let's hop right into it. We're going to start with the pros. So number 1 pro is going to be the amenities. Typically with HOAs, you always have amenities of some sort, whether that is street lights or sidewalks or tennis court, playground, pool, basketball goal, whatever that may be. The amenities are typically covered through your HOA, which is a pro. Number 2 on my list, the maintenance of your common areas. Now, like I just mentioned before, those amenities, all that maintenance and everything of the common areas, right? Wax on, wax off, that's gonna be covered through your HOA. You don't have to do any of that. Majority of that stuff, they're gonna hire someone out to do. They're gonna hire someone to take care of all that stuff for you. Now, number 3 on my list for the pros is gonna be enforcement of the standards. Now, in these HOA communities, there's standards and stuff that they have to enforce. Now, you personally, if you see your neighbor doing something, you don't have to go confront them. That is what the HOA is for. They're supposed to be enforcing these standards, making sure people aren't, quote unquote, you know, changing an engine out in the driveway. That's like the common example that I always hear. So number 4, with an HOA, could be a pro that with them enforcing those standards, you have improved value of your property. Everyone in the neighborhood's typically on the same, like everyone's in the same boat, as I like to call it. Everyone's trying to take care of their stuff, so the neighborhood continues to grow, the values in the neighborhood continue to scale up and everything like that. So number 4 would be the improved value of your property, and it's kind of like an indirect pro, you know? And then number 5, my last but certainly not least, pro, is that a lot of HOAs offer community involvement. Now what I mean by that is these HOAs are ran by people who live in the neighborhood majority of the time. So these people are elected, you can go in there, you can volunteer, and it gives you an opportunity to kind of get more in the community, you know. Yeah, it gives you an opportunity to get more in the community. Now, as we progress into the cons, these 5 that I have, I'm gonna run through them real quick. First one are the fees. Of course, with an HOA, you have a fee. That's typically paid annually, and when you do move in, there typically is a HOA management fee that they charge you. It's like a one-time fee that they charge you to set everything up. That's typically the biggest con. Now, number 2 is going to be the restrictions. Now, if you're someone who loves DIY stuff, you love always working on your car, stuff like that, you may want to check and see what all the HOA restrictions are. See if you can park that car in your grass. There's some HOAs that may not allow that. So number 2, that would be the restrictions. Now, number 3 on my con list is going to be the lack of control. A lot of people feel that with an HOA, everyone who is on the board essentially gets to make the decisions for everyone else, which leaves you with that sense that you have no control over your home, what you can do with your home, and kind of the restrictions that they set. That's my number 3 con. Now, number 4 is going to be the lack of flexibility. A lot of these decisions that are made when it comes to HOA, they're made from the board members, they're made from the president. And if you guys don't voice your opinion and really vote for people who you think are going to represent your community the best, your neighborhood the best, you and what you want the best, you may feel that you don't have any flexibility when it comes to renovating your house or doing DIY stuff and all sort of things like that. So that would be my 4th. Now, last but certainly not least, this goes along with the pro, and this is enforcement issues. A lot of HOAs, I live in a neighborhood that has an HOA, and they tend to get over time a little slack when it comes to enforcing things, and that's okay. We all may slip a little bit. However, a con can be that if your HOA is not very proactive, you have a lot of people who are breaking those standards and who aren't setting and living up to those standards that the HOA has set, which in itself can deter the property values around you. Now, These are my quick and dirty 5 pros and cons to an HOA. If you guys have more questions, reach out to me. I'd love to provide you guys more information on this, specifically what HOA you're looking at and what neighborhood you're looking at specifically. So as you guys know, my name's Andre. I love being your real estate resource of choice, and I'm getting out of here. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.